Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2023 in another part of the Williams Road to Glory career mode. Today we are back with the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix after a very close run race in Bahrain last time out. Lando Norris, of course, our brand new star signing, won the race reasonably comfortably over Max Verstappen in the end. It was a good performance. Esteban Ocon finished fourth in the end. Didn't have the best of qualifyings, did Esteban, but hopefully he'll be back on form this week. We have got the lead in the Constructors' Championship. All is going well. Make sure you leave a like down below if you do enjoy it. This series, not immediately, but in the next couple of weeks, we'll be moving to once every other day, rather than the daily content that we've been enjoying for so long. Apologies, we had a little bit of a break between Season 3 and Season 4. Obviously, Cricket 24 came out, big game for the channel, so wanted to get some content out on that. But we are back into the action with F1 Manager now, so without further ado, let's get ourselves immersed into it then. And we do have quite a bit to get through this week. We've got the new chassis design coming through, and quite a bit of our manufacturing finished as well. So let's move that forward. So the chassis design has been completed. Let's just have a little look. Will we be able to get that in? If we rush, well, we can do two. We're investing in the car this year. We're going to put 2 emergency purchases in, so we've got the chassis created. We will have the spare ready for the Grand Prix, so we'll get 2 more created. That's absolutely fine, and we'll get that straight onto the car. And that means we can do another design as well. So let's just remind ourselves where we're up to. So we're on a second iteration of chassis, front wing. Yeah, all good. Yeah, front and rear wing. Yeah, I think perhaps whatever's quickest out of the underfloor and side pods. Yeah, it'll be the side pods. Okay. That's fine. Bit of a drag reduction focus on this. That's fine. We can get that designed in 27 days. That should be good. Okay, and when is the next ATR window open? Pretty soon, actually. Yeah, maybe we want to cancel that design then. Not suspension, that one there. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. Cool. Right. Let's just not worry about it. Right. Push on. Board attendance at a Grand Prix. Yep. Let's approve that. Manufacture complete now for the front wing, which is good. A little look at the driver development. Nothing for anyone yet other than Sophia Flörsch does have a little bit there. Right, let's give them their 3-day rest before Grand Prix. Yep, that looks good. Just need to sort this one. I'd moved the wrong one, hadn't I? There we go. Right, cool. Keep going. So new ATR window is open. When are they going to be finished? Pretty soon. We don't have to worry too much about that. It doesn't have to be done immediately. Okay. Right, new design complete for the suspension. Should we emergency manufacture them? As I say, we're going all out this season, folks. All out. Right, now we can get those created in time for Australia. And we can get a new design going. We are going to focus on the underfloor. I'm going to put a fair amount of time into it. Yeah, maybe low speed is where we're struggling at the moment. That looks good. Okay. We're actually going to rush that through as well. Okay, cool. Just checking the projections. Yeah, we're absolutely fine for now. Right, let's get ourselves into some performance targets for this weekend. So they want us to finish in the top 4. Once again, should be absolutely capable of doing that. We can give the car a bit of a analysis. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean we're looking like the fastest team at the moment. Although our acceleration is not going to help us at this Grand Prix. Warehouse, just checking the late. Oh no, later suspension is not on, so we'll get those on there. Now let's have a look at the car analysis. Yeah, even better now. Oh my goodness me. Beautiful. Right. Let's get ourselves into it then. The Saudi Arabian Grand Prix of 2026.
We're here in Jeddah, where the tension is boiling as we head into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We're on the shores of the Red Sea in the shade of Jeddah's skyscrapers. This might be a dream setting, but as we know, in Formula One, not all dreams come true. Jeddah Corniche circuit is hot and high-powered, demanding speed for the straights and a high grip level through corners that are tight to the barriers. Starting tyre choices will be crucial here, with teams ever mindful of opportunities that a safety car could give.
Looking at the constructors' standings, it's Williams who are currently in the lead. But as it's only round 2, there's still plenty of time for that to change.
So then, time to get back to the action.
All right then, I think we are ready and raring to go. I think I'll give Sophia Flörsch a chance in practice this weekend, and I'll see you guys for qualifying. Right then, here we are ready for Q1. You can see how the cars are looking at the moment. Looking pretty good for both drivers, to be completely honest. I think we're doing a good job with the cars, so that's what we're going to go for Q1. I'm going to just go in blind, if you like, in terms of their setup confidence, with the hope that going forward they'll be all right. Sophia Flörsch, if you're interested, 15th in practice 1, and was quicker than the likes of Maloney, Lawson, Mick Schumacher, Porsche, and I think it was perhaps De Vries as well, but I can't be certain about that. No, it was Daniel Ricciardo actually. Sorry Nick. Right, here comes Ocon. He's actually got a nice little run at the Ferrari with a bit of a tow here as he heads up to the line. Looks evenly matched between the two Williams cars. Ocon goes quickest with a 1:27.7. Norris over the line, he goes quicker. by about half a tenth of a second. Right. Okay, let's see what everybody else can pull off there. Now, it might be that we send them back out. Possibly now, while there's a little bit of a gap. And see if they can put in an even better time here on the scrub tyres. Well, certainly both looking quicker. It's going to be Ocon up to the line first with a 1:27.6, puts him fastest, but Norris goes even quicker by about half a tenth again. So looking very, very close to each other, but crucially ahead of Leclerc and Verstappen, who you would say are our big rivals for the championship and therefore pole position today.
Stop on the marks, wait for 2 seconds.
Now we're going to give them another run, and this time we're going to go Norris first, followed by Ocon.
That's the checkered flag.
Now, I'm not expecting them to go much quicker, although Ocon has managed actually to go quicker in that first sector. He's gone purple in the middle sector here, Ocon. He is absolutely flying on this lap. Comes round the final corner. Norris can't improve, but what about Ocon? Ocon does improve, a 27.599 on very old soft tyres, and it is a 1-2 from that session for our drivers. Obviously, Charles Leclerc very close. The Mercedes and Red Bull do seem to be our closest competitors. But going out in Q1 then, Zayn Maloney in the Alpha Tauri, Mick Schumacher, Liam Lawson, Zhou Guanyu and Théo Pourchaire. Right, into Q2 we go then, and you can see very nice setups for both of them, so they should have decent confidence levels going in to session 2. We're going to lead with Norris and then go out there with Ocon and hopefully avoid the traffic and get a nice lap that'll get us easily through to Q3. That's the plan anyway, and Ocon currently couple of tenths of a second slower than his teammate Lando Norris, who's going to fly into the final corner. And here comes Norris up to the line then. What's he going to manage? It's a 27.5 for him. And Ocon over the line. Ooh, 27.8.
Yeah, confirm.
That's not good enough really from Ocon. That's his slowest time in qualifying so far. And by contrast, Norris puts in his fastest time. We'll send them out again. I think they'll be okay. Right on board with Ocon. So, Lando Norris gets sidetracked by the Mercedes there. I think he's got away with it a little bit though. Yeah, but Ocon slightly quicker. But yeah, Ocon much quicker in this lap than he was on the first lap, and I think this should be enough to take him at least above Max Verstappen on the scrub tyres. Over the line he goes, a 127.6, which is just under a tenth away from his teammate.
Make sure we're cooling the car. Yeah, confirm.
So there we go, comfortably through to Q3 in 1 and 2, and it should hopefully be a fairly comfortable weekend for us. A little bit less stressful than the last weekend. Verstappen there in 3rd, Leclerc in 4th. Going out in Q2 then, Albon, De Vries, Bottas, Gasly and Daniel Ricciardo. But Zhou Guan Yu, he must have been out in Q1, was he? Yeah, he was. Okay. Yeah, Nick De Vries very close to getting through for Alfa Romeo, which would have been a good performance. Right, let's see how we get on in Q3. Obviously, no scope for any sort of two-stopper. We'll go with Norris first and Ocon second. That seemed to work out quite well in Q2. Did Ocon get held up there? I think he did by a couple of tenths. I think Norris is going to be fast here. Norris is going to head over the line. What's it going to be? It's a 27.4. That's a brilliant time. Ocon over the line with a 27.6. But that is a fantastic time from Norris. And I don't think anybody's going to get close to that, if I'm honest. But it's going to be up to Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc to go and do something. Leclerc heads up to the line. He goes 3rd. With a 127.7. Verstappen over the line goes 4th. So Leclerc started this season a little bit faster. We're going to go with brand new tyres for Ocon. Scrubs for Norris. I'm going to send out Norris behind Ocon this time. Yeah, I think no, Norris did come out behind Ocon. Ocon's behind Max Verstappen as long as they come out ahead of Oscar Piastri, who is coming. This could be a problem.
Good space at the moment. Good to push next lap. You're clear. Let's go.
Well, Norris has got nobody. When is Norris going to come up to? Piastri, this is the question. It's between Ocon and Norris. And, well, Ocon quick error in the first sector.
That's the checkered flag.
Norris, not any. Actually, Norris is a long way off his previous best. Ocon, not a great middle sector. But yeah, Norris just nowhere near, I'm afraid. Let's see what Ocon can manage. Can he find his way past his teammate for pole position? Ocon heads up to the line. That's a 27.5. It's an improvement, but not by enough. Lando Norris will start the race from pole position tomorrow. Very, very good from him. And yeah, comfortable day for the Williams boys in the end, and hopefully we'll be able to replicate that in the Grand Prix tomorrow. But Lando Norris will start from pole position.
Welcome to race day. And before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made.
Jeddah Street Circuit certainly makes the high speeds of F1 racing a thrilling affair. But even a world champion can be caught out in between the narrow walls, just as Max Verstappen found out in 2021. The weather is beautifully clear tonight, which is one less problem for the teams to face. Of course, that doesn't take anything away from the unpredictability of this race.
Well, the streets of Jeddah are abuzz, and the teams are nearly ready for the start of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Okay, right. Obviously, two-stopper out of the question, really. Just not quick enough. We can go for the... quite nice one-stopper, being able to be aggressive. And we'll put Norris on exactly the same strategy, I think. Possibly just a lap earlier into the pits, and jobs are good. And I think, honestly, we're in a good place here. As long as they don't crash into each other, turn one, we should be getting a 1-2 out of this.
Lined up on the grid here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit, preparing for 50 flat-out laps under the lights. Now I wonder, will things be going Lando Norris's way in this race?
They're on pole, and it's well-deserved. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do.
But just what will happen here, your guess is as good as mine.
Here we go then, we are ready for the lights.
It's almost time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Starting 1 and 2.
And
Lights out, away we go here in Jeddah. And it's a good start off the grid for Esteban Ocon, who goes down the inside of his teammate into turn 1. Let's run on board with Ocon here, who's desperately trying to make that overtake. And he does go down the inside, and this is a huge move.
Available. Yeah, copy.
And he's still there, and they're still side by side.
Yeah, copy.
And we're not going to be telling them that they need to be careful, because they don't. It's early in the season. We don't have any preference of who will battle for the title. It's Esteban Ocon that has taken the lead, though. Lando Norris is second. Charles Leclerc in third place. Now, pretty much all of the top 10 are on hard tyres. Nick de Vries is on softs. Bottas, Albon, Porsche, Schumacher and Maloney are on mediums. Now, I do think that was a possible strategy if you weren't pushing. You could take those hard tyres quite far into the race and then change up to the softs a little bit later on. But I think we've got the right strategy here, because we're about to get out of DRS range to Charles Leclerc, and that's exactly what we need to do. But it's Esteban Ocon that's leading the way at the start of this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, from second on the grid, of course. And Lando Norris is in second. We'll be still pushing hard to try and close that gap. Well, Charles Leclerc in third, managing to stay with these boys at the moment. We're certainly hoping through these high-speed corners we'll be able to get that gap open. Because if Leclerc manages to stay within DRS, that could be quite disastrous, really, for our race. And there you go, we do manage to get more than a second ahead now. That should be pretty good now until the first pit stop. We should be a long way ahead of Charles Leclerc in third place. But him and Max Verstappen, they're going to be battling Lance Stroll is in 5th at the moment, Piastri in 6th, then the 2 Mercedes cars, then Sainz in 9th and De Vries in 10th, Albon in 13th at the moment, a little bit out of position. We do have DRS here, and that's going to be Norris having a look round the outside, and he does manage to make the move stick, so Norris is back into the lead of this Grand Prix. Who's going to have DRS? It's going to be Esteban Ocon, and he now switches to the inside, and this could be a bit of a yo-yo Grand Prix between the 2 Williams drivers as Esteban Ocon manages to get himself back in front for now. That's what we like to see. But what we do not want is anything allowing the 2 Red Bulls to catch up here. And we'll let them battle out for now. 2.5 seconds the gap to the Red Bulls behind. Now we could say, look boys, this is an interesting battle to watch, don't get me wrong, but let's be smart about this. Let's maybe get the win in the bag first, and then you can battle for it later. And if there's any risks being taken, we might turn to that action. But at the moment, we're building a gap nicely to the guys behind. But Ocon currently looking the quicker of the 2 drivers, and you know, I think we will see that a lot this season. I think both drivers very capable of winning Grand Prix. I think we will have that. They are going to be very, very evenly matched this season. I do think Norris is possibly slightly quicker over 1 lap, but Ocon might have a bit more consistency in the race than his teammate, although Norris is able to look after the tyres quite nicely. But a nice 4-second lead at the moment. Norris certainly able to get back past this time, and Ocon's the one that's managing to stay ahead for longer. We have just got them on neutral on the overtake, and basically whoever's in the lead on lap 21, they're going to be coming into the pits that lap. So that is absolutely huge, absolutely crucial, and that's why they are battling. Because whoever is our lead driver at that point will get the massive advantage of an undercut. Now let's have a little look at tyres. Of course, the 2 Red Bulls on hard tyres, and they will last a little bit longer than our medium tyres. But at the moment we are a good 13 seconds or so ahead of 5th place Perez. Now you don't want to get caught in the traffic. That's something you definitely don't want. And so whether we switch up the strategy slightly here so that one of our drivers doesn't end up in that train, or by lap 21 we may well be a pit stop ahead of Perez at least. Not expecting to be that far ahead of the Red Bulls, of course, but let's just go gap to leader now. That's 15.6 seconds to Piastri. And we're starting to get towards pit window territory. And now it might be the case of, right, don't fight your teammate. Ocon use a bit of... What's going on here?
DRS disabled. DRS disabled.
Yeah, how did Norris end up so slow there? Right, well, we can turn that off now. Well, anyway, yeah, Ocon's going to be coming in, putting on the hard tyres.
Box this lap, please. Box this lap. The run in. Push, Esteban. Copy that.
If you can push a bit harder and try and get up to him, let's see.
We could double stack it. It would be
Yeah,
pretty tight, but
box.
I think we're better off actually just going an extra lap here with Norris. So here we go then. Into the pit lane comes Esteban Ocon. From the lead of this Grand Prix. 2.1 seconds.
Okay, maybe close pit exits with
And I
Leclerc.
think, is he going to get out ahead? It's going to be very close. And he is out ahead. That's huge for Ocon.
Let's look after these tyres.
Copy.
So Lando's in the pit lane. I think he's going to come out just behind Kevin Magnussen. Or Oscar Piastri, sorry. So he's going to be ahead of Stroll, I think. That's a good pit stop, but you can see
Tight pit exit.
how much the undercut does help. We did manage to come out ahead of Piastri, which is good. Right now, Ocon absolutely needs to get away from Perez. But let's not forget, Perez will have to come into the pits. Norris. Close but no cigar there with Perez. Should get round this time. And does quite nicely. And if he can hold that inside line, should be able to stay ahead of Perez. It's close. Oh, he was just boxed in a little bit there. So Norris really being compromised by Perez here. You can see the frustration.
Sure.
But now he's through. That should be that. Oh, Perez back through on Norris. That's going to be a real frustration. Yeah, Ocon starting to close in on the Red Bulls on track here. Might even overtake them. So Ocon 3 seconds ahead of Norris. I think Norris should be able to get ahead now and stay ahead. But there's 4 seconds separating the two Williams boys. Carlos Sainz puts in fastest lap of the race. Right. Esteban Ocon starting to close in on the two Red Bulls. He's going to be more than a pit stop ahead of them. And they're going to be coming back on medium tyres towards the end of the race. I'm thinking, well, Norris, let's try and do something a little different with him. I'm thinking this is going to be the moment for Esteban Ocon. DRS open, needs to pull to the inside. What's he doing? He's going to try around the outside of turn 1. I suppose that's sensible because that's the inside of turn 2. And he is past Max Verstappen. Of course, the man he was battling for the championship last year.
Awesome. Did a good job with everything so far.
And now should be able to get past. It's going to have DRS here. Yeah, very good. So Ocon is certainly going to be pushing on his tyres. Norris is going to look after them a little bit. Leclerc into the pits. And then Norris, towards the end of the race, will have better tyres. That's the idea anyway. As Oscar Piastri puts in fastest lap. So 18 laps to go. Any sort of safety car like event would not be the best for us right now, would it? Kevin Magnussen now puts in fastest lap, and yeah, Ocon does look like he's quicker than his teammate at the moment. Oh, and there you go. There is the safety car.
Got a car off, so just watch going through that.
So,
Is he alright?
I think...
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go on to softs, I think. We've got brand new softs for both drivers.
I'm not quite sure what's happened there.
And it was Max Verstappen. What has happened to Max Verstappen? Well, that could be a huge championship moment. And a huge moment for this race.
Safety car. Keep your delta positive. Yeah, confirm. Keep the temperature.
And where are the boys? Yeah. So is Leclerc going to come in? Although he'll already be on soft tyres, so it's going to be touch and go whether we're going to come out ahead or behind of Charles Leclerc. He is on soft tyres. So Ocon's in. Norris is following him in. And it's a fairly slow stop. And Norris is away. So Norris is behind Charles Leclerc. I don't think he would have been, to be honest. But yeah, this is making it interesting, isn't it? Ocon still leads then.
Okay, deployment should be good. Yep, all good.
And we're going to have about a 13-lap sprint race. Okay, so safety car is in this lap.
In this lap. Get ready. Yeah, all good. Keep your pace up.
I'm going to tell Norris to be aggressive. We're going to edit
more.
this strategy.
Yeah, confirm.
Yeah, I think we can do it on the aggressive strategy. Safety car is in.
Racing from the control line. Racing from the control
This is
line.
already a big moment in the championship. Esteban Ocon gets us back underway here in Saudi Arabia. Lando Norris is chasing after Charles Leclerc. I think Ocon would have had this race in the bag. And what did I say? I said a safety car type incident would make this race very, very interesting indeed. And it is making it very interesting because Ocon having to defend from Charles Leclerc. They are on the same tyres for the first time in this race. Can Red Bull bring the fight to us? That's the question here. We're trying to push very hard to make sure and we still win this race. But it is going to be a very, very nervy end. And there goes Norris. He's through. He is through. Right, back to medium now. Because we do not want him to take out Ocon. But now they are going to be battling all the way to the checkered flag. Norris has slightly better tyres than his teammate at the moment. Leclerc 10% worse, so surely he's going to be out of this. But it is Esteban Ocon that leads. Norris is second. And we need to be a little bit careful here. As the DRS will become available. And here we go then. Good defence from Lando Norris, but Charles Leclerc is there. DRS is enabled. Now how quickly are we going to be able to pull away from Leclerc? It looks like fairly quickly, but we are back to a battle between this top two, which is what this race deserved. And now
Get the tyres down now.
Norris DRS enabled. Sparks flying in his face from his teammate's car in front. And now this is going to be a great chance for Lando Norris. He comes out of the final corner. He's got DRS wide open. He knows this is a huge opportunity to get some good points on Max Verstappen in the championship, and he tries it round the outside. Ocon braves it down the inside. Hopefully plenty of space between the two Williams drivers. Charles Leclerc hanging on for now, but how long is he going to be able to do that for? I don't think too long, if I'm being brutally honest. And Ocon now with DRS, desperately trying to get past his teammate Lando Norris, and they are battling it to the last corner. Oh, and it looks like Norris actually played the DRS trick there. Has Norris got DRS now? Yes, he does. And now he's going to pull to the inside, is he? No. As Charles Leclerc puts in fastest lap of this Grand Prix so far. But through the high-speed corners, Leclerc just cannot stay close. But it's Esteban Ocon that leads the way. There's going to be 8 laps to go here. And we've got Norris again having a little look here. And once again stays behind, so he has the DRS, but is just following his teammate at the moment, as we are now pulling out a gap to Charles Leclerc behind. Here we go then. DRS open. And it's a big moment for Lando Norris. Is he going to be able to make that move? Ocon defending brilliantly at present. 7 laps to go now. Look at the acceleration here, but he just cannot place his car where he can get past. He's trying it, but doesn't manage to get past for now. This could be an absolute disaster if they end up crashing into each other and we get no points from this race, and we look like mugs. But it is entertaining while we're watching it, because still Norris is trying to get past his teammate Esteban Ocon. How about this time? No, still can't get past. As we zoom on another lap. DRS again. I think his best chance is into this final corner. DRS open. Flies to the outside, and this time does go around. But did Ocon play the DRS trick there? Yes, he did, because Ocon had DRS, heads over the line, and 5 laps to go. Ocon is into the lead. Right. Norris still following. And they're still battling. 5 seconds ahead now of Charles Leclerc, as they head into 4 final laps of this race. And, well, Norris so close to getting that sorted there. Right, we are going to bring them down to standard on the tyres. Try and get those tyres to the end. You know, we've got the victory over Leclerc. There's no real need to push them any more than we need to. And we're actually going to tell them to avoid high-risk curbs as well. Try and keep those tyres working their best till the end. And, well, there goes Norris round his teammate. Ocon has got DRS, but this time cannot make the move back past. 3 laps to go, and Lando Norris has maybe picked the best moment to get past. But here goes Esteban Ocon again, and he has got DRS. This is absolutely awesome. We're going to have 2 final laps of action here, and we're going to be watching it all unfold in front of our eyes. Esteban Ocon leads. Lando Norris is in second.
2 laps.
And Charles Leclerc is third. He's comfortably ahead of Perez. Piastri fifth. Then we've got Zhou Guanyu in 6th, which would be an awesome result for Alfa Romeo. Gasly in 7th, Magnussen 8th, then Stroll in 9th, and Nick de Vries is currently P10. Remember, there's been 1 retirement from this race, and that brought out the safety car, which has brought about this battle. Now, at this part of the lap, there's nothing really going to happen, but Norris will have DRS here. Will he be able to make it past? DRS is enabled. Yeah, no luck there for Norris, and DRS is open. And we're riding on board with Lando Norris. Is he going to have a go into this final corner? He is. But Ocon, of course, will have DRS. We've seen that happen before. And here comes Esteban Ocon then. with DRS onto the final lap of the race. And he is through. Right, we are going to give them absolutely full beans. Everything you want. They are side by side here. We're going to watch it from Lando Norris's visor. Who is going to come out on top? They're still side by side. We got to watch from the outboard here. This is unbelievable. Still side by side. And now Ocon has got the inside line. Surely he's going to stay in front, but Norris is going to try and take him. No, just couldn't find the grip there. Is this going to be his last chance with the DRS? They've run virtually identical races up to this point. They've had every opportunity to fight. One more DRS zone.
DRS disabled. DRS disabled.
For Lando Norris.
No energy.
To try and get past his teammate. I don't think it's going to happen unless he drags him up to the line. It looks like it's going to be Esteban Ocon who wins the duel in the desert here in Saudi Arabia. Ocon wins the Grand Prix. Norris finishes second.
Fantastic job.
That was truly awesome work. Leclerc finishes third in the end. But that was absolutely amazing. They're still side by side. And that is going to be a championship battle to be remembered, I think. Just a quarter of a second between them over that race distance. Pulled away from the Red Bull of Charles Leclerc in that final stint on the brand new soft tyres. Perez finishes in fourth place. Let's have a look at their last lap. Yet still quicker than the Red Bull despite fighting it out at the end there. But that is truly awesome.
Today from Esteban Ocon.
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy absolutely spot on.
Oh, that's a wonderful scene. The team getting their first chance to congratulate their driver on a job well done. And there's no denying that the Frenchman deserves this result. He was absolutely brilliant.
And that's excellent, seeing both the team's drivers up there on the podium together.
And finally now, the drivers can relax after an eventful weekend at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Well, fantastic to see those two at the top. I was a little worried after the first Grand Prix that maybe Ocon would be trailing behind, but not now. That was just awesome. Truly awesome.
A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
Okay then, and a big thank you to everyone for joining us this weekend here in Jeddah.
And for the next round, Formula One is heading down under. Exciting times ahead in Australia on the shores of the Albert Park Lake.
Well, very good. Esteban Ocon wins here in Jeddah. Lando Norris finishes second. Then Leclerc in third, followed by Perez, Piastri, Zhou Guanyu, Pierre Gasly, Magnussen, Stroll, and Alexander Albon. So that means Norris stays at the head of the championship, 6 points ahead of Esteban Ocon. Charles Leclerc is currently third. Max Verstappen drops to fifth place after his first retirement of the season. And into the constructors, we now lead Red Bull by 30 points after that 1-2, our first 1-2 of the season. But boy, oh boy, is this going to be an exciting championship battle, you feel. We also have 1-2 in the fastest pit stops. Red Bull's Max Verstappen manages to cling on to third there, but it looks like a good battle this season between plenty of teams. 74 points after the first two races for us, and we're leading all three championships at present. Okay, right, let's push on then. There's Sophia Flörsch 16th she got in practice, not 15th, which is what I said. But developing quite nicely nonetheless. 4.8 million made in profit this weekend, and of course a very good result for the team. The design centre is updated. The front wing design has come through. What I am going to do is pop that into manufacturing while we are here. Otherwise, I will completely forget to do that next episode. So we'll pop that in for manufacturing, and hopefully our car will be even better for the next race in Australia. So if you've enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.